I decided to give a new look to this old linen closet that went from this to this. So let's get started. So when my husband and I were first getting married, he asked me not to bring any furniture of my own, and he had his carpenter make this cabinet up from scratch. It is made of chipboard with veneer on top. Over the years, I've used it for everything from husband's innerwear to baby's onesies to random stuff, and the lower closet always had our bed sheets, towels, and my personal grooming stuff. And it also doubled as an ironing table. I start by emptying out the contents. Then I asked my husband to remove all the handles, and you can be sure I was glad to get rid of all those ugly handles. I start cleaning the piece with regular dish soap and water and a cleaning sponge. Trust me, furniture is dirty even when we think it's not that dirty. On to sanding. I just got out my regular, really basic electric sander, and with an 80 grit sandpaper, I sanded the surface down to the chipboard. Also, using such a basic sander meant that everything was flying all over the place, and as safety always comes first, make sure you always use a respirator mask. And doing this indoors meant that I had to clean all the mess, but hey, it wasn't that bad. Once I was done sanding and cleaning the piece, I start filling the hardware holes. And also fill out this chipped corner as best as I could.
The next day.
After it was dry, I sanded the filler flush with the surface using 120 grit. I thought this corner came out alright. Here I am cleaning again. The DIY texture paste recipe I used: 4 tablespoons of plaster of Paris, 1 tablespoon of German white glue or craft glue, 1 tablespoon of paint, and some water. Consistency, if you can see, it's quite thick, and it's not like pancake, it's more like toothpaste, if that makes sense. So I took this stencil, taped it on the drawer, and literally just went to town putting all that paste onto the stencil. And just marvel. Make sure to always wash the stencil between uses, and that's what I did. Then I just repeated the process on the rest of the drawer. Here I'm just making sure the edges are neat and sanding the raised stencil with the sandpaper above 200 to make sure it feels very smooth to the touch. Now it's finally time to paint. Have you ever used a color that was just lying around and you didn't want to waste it? Well, I did that here and it did not look good. So I went ahead and ordered French linen from Bluebird, and I think the beauty of this color is that French linen from any brand in the world would be the same French linen color, I think. I stenciled some gold leafing glue onto the doors and then applied the gold leaf. And then brushed it off. Of course, they wanted a piece of the action as well. I just took some gold paint and applied it on the raised stencil with a sponge in a very subtle way so that it just gives a hint. Finally, onto the surface, I first primed it as I figured chipboard needs to be primed. I first applied it without any water and I felt that it wasn't going on very smooth. So as you can see, I went and mixed it with water and the result is so much better. Here, I just did something that did not turn out that well. I basically tried the faux wood look, but I guess I need more practice with that. It just did not go well with the whole look of the piece. So I went ahead and gave it a solid color in Oud Bran from Bluebird. As the last step, I gave it 3 coats of clear coat polyurethane to seal and protect the piece. Husband was back to put the new hardware in place. And it was done. I'll leave you with some aftershots and I hope you like it.